General Technical Overview. Welcome to our detailed technical analysis of Aramco, ticker 2222, listed on the Tadawul Exchange. As of June 4, 2025, Aramco stock has exhibited a gradual downtrend over the past 3 months, with the closing price dropping from 26.20 to 24.80 on the last trading day. Despite this bearish trend, the stock has shown periods of consolidation and minor recoveries, suggesting potential opportunities for traders. The volume has fluctuated significantly, with notable spikes during key price movements, indicating shifts in market sentiment. This analysis will dive into the technical indicators to assess Aramco's current trajectory and potential future moves, providing insights for traders and investors. Price and volume analysis. Aramco's price action since March 12, 2025 shows a steady decline from an opening of 26.35 to a low of 24.74 on May 8, 2025, representing a drop of approximately 6.5%. The closing price on June 4, 2025 was 24.80, down 0.24% from the previous day's close of 25.00. Volume has been inconsistent, ranging from a low of 4.27 million shares on May 6 to a high of 37.67 million shares on May 29, indicating sporadic bursts of trading activity. The average daily volume over the period is around 11.5 million shares. Notable volume spikes occurred on April 7, 24.64 million shares, and May 29, 37.67 million shares, correlating with price drops to 25.25 and 25.00, respectively, suggesting selling pressure. The VWAP on June 4 was 24.79, aligning closely with the closing price, indicating balanced trading activity for that session. Short, medium, and long-term moving averages. The moving averages reveal Aramco's bearish trend across multiple time frames. The 5-day simple moving average, SMA, is at 24.89, and the 5-day exponential moving average, EMA, is at 24.92, both slightly above the closing price of 24.80, indicating short-term weakness. The 10-day SMA and EMA are at 25.03 and 25.08, respectively, further confirming the stock's position below its short-term trend. For the medium term, the 20-day SMA and EMA are at 25.41 and 25.26, showing significant resistance above the current price. The 50-day SMA and EMA at 25.54 and 25.36 highlight a stronger medium-term downtrend. Long-term moving averages, such as the 200-day SMA at 25.65 and EMA at 25.49, remain well above the current price, underscoring the persistent bearish outlook. The divergence between short and long-term averages suggests continued downward pressure unless a reversal is confirmed. RSI, MACD, momentum, and other technical indicators. The Relative Strength Index, RSI, on June 4, 2025, is at 40.25, indicating neutral to slightly oversold conditions, suggesting potential for a bounce, but no strong reversal signal yet. The MACD shows a bearish setup, with the MACD line at -0.19, below the signal line at -0.11, and a negative histogram of -0.08, confirming ongoing downward momentum. The 10-day momentum indicator is at -130, reflecting the recent price decline. The Williams percent are at -100, 00 signals oversold conditions, aligning with the RSI, but warranting caution due to potential continuation of the downtrend. The Money Flow Index, MFI, at 27.08 indicates weak buying pressure, reinforcing bearish sentiment. The Stochastic Oscillator, %K at 9.78, %D at 12.58, is in oversold territory, hinting at a possible short-term recovery. The Commodity Channel Index, CCI, at -85.92 suggests the stock is oversold but not yet at extreme levels, leaving room for further downside or consolidation. Critical support and resistance zones. Key support levels are identified at 24.74, the recent low on May 8, and 24.80, the current closing price, which has acted as a psychological and technical floor. A break below 24.74 could test 24.60, a level not seen in the provided data, but plausible given the trend. Resistance is observed at 25.00, a level tested multiple times in May, followed by 25.45, the 50-day SMA, and 26.15, the recent high on May 15th. The Bollinger Bands show the upper band at 26.48 and the lower band at 24.34, with the stock near the lower band, indicating potential for a bounce or continued pressure toward 24.34. The parabolic SAR at 26.00 remains above the current price, reinforcing the bearish trend. Linear regression and price predictions. A linear regression model based on the past 20 days of closing prices indicates a downward slope, consistent with the bearish trend. Forecasting for the next 5 days, assuming continued momentum, suggests a price range between 24.50 and 25.00, with a midpoint of 24.75. This prediction accounts for the oversold RSI and stochastic indicators, which may trigger a minor rebound, but the bearish MACD and moving averages limit upside potential. High volatility or external catalysts could push prices outside this range. Next day opening prediction given the close at 24.80 on June 4th, 2025, and moderate volume of 11.27 million shares. The next day's opening is likely to be in the range of 24.70 to 24.90. The oversold indicators, RSI, Williams %R, stochastic, suggest a potential gap up toward 24.85, but the VWAP of 24.79 and bearish MACD indicate limited upside, with profit-taking or selling pressure possibly leading to a flat or slightly lower open. Buy-sell signals. The current technical setup generates a cautious buy signal for short-term traders, as the RSI, Williams %R, and stochastic indicate oversold conditions, suggesting a potential bounce toward 25.00. A buy signal would be confirmed if the stock breaks above 25.00, with volume exceeding 15 million shares. However, the bearish MACD and position below key moving averages warrant caution. A sell signal is triggered if the stock falls below 24.74, targeting 24.50, or if the RSI remains below 30 with declining volume, indicating exhaustion. The AAON oscillator at -78.57 supports the bearish trend, with AAON down at 24.00, dominating AAON up at 56.00, suggesting continued downward pressured, a scenario-based movement strategies in a bullish scenario. If Aramco breaks above 25.00 with strong volume, traders could target 25.45 or 26.15, with a stop-loss below 24.80 to manage risk. In a bearish scenario, a break below 24.74 could see the stock test 24.50 or 24.60, where short sellers might enter with a stop above 25.00. A neutral scenario involves consolidation between 24.80 and 25.00, suitable for range-bound trading with tight stops. Scalpers could exploit intraday swings, given the stock's moderate ATR of 0.318, reflecting manageable daily price volatility. Investment approach by time horizon short-term traders can capitalize on oversold conditions, entering on dips toward 24.80 and targeting 25.00 or 25.45, with strict stop losses below 24.74. Medium-term investors should wait for a trend reversal, confirmed by the stock breaking above the 50-day SMA at 25.45 and holding above 25.00 with consistent volume. Long-term investors face challenges, as the stock is below the 200-day EMA of 25.49, indicating a bearish trend. A long-term entry is more favorable above 26.15 with fundamental improvements, such as positive earnings or oil market catalysts. General conclusions and comments. In conclusion, Aramco's stock, 2222.SR, closed at 24.80 on June 4th, 2025, reflecting a persistent downtrend from its March high of 26.75. Oversold indicators like RSI, Williams %R, and stochastic suggest a potential short-term bounce, but the bearish MACD, parabolic SAR, and position below key moving averages indicate continued downward pressure. Support at 24.74 and resistance at 25.00 are critical levels to monitor. Volume spikes on down days highlight selling pressure, while low MFI signals weak buying interest. Aramco presents a high-risk opportunity for short-term traders, with limited upside for medium and long-term investors until a reversal is confirmed. Stay tuned for updates as we track this stock's next moves in the dynamic Saudi market.